You didn't find this message by chance. If you're here, it's because your soul is ready for something greater, something beyond the physical body you've known. You are not just a body, you are a soul on a divine mission, and now you're approaching a moment of transcendence, where the limitations of the flesh begin to fade. This isn't death as the world sees it. This is your awakening. Your body is simply a vessel, and now your soul is preparing to ascend to a higher state of existence. Let's explore the signs that show you're nearing this powerful shift. You are not merely flesh and bone, bound to the world by time and gravity. You are the infinite energy that exists beneath, the unshakable force of life itself. The physical body is nothing more than a temporary cage, a shell that limits your true power. The Atman, as described in Hinduism, is your essence, unchanging, eternal, and untouched by the decay of the body. The emerald tablets speak of this body as a crude container, a tool that will be discarded when the time comes, like a snake shedding its skin to reveal its radiant core. You felt it, those moments when the world around you becomes weightless, the physical form a mere whisper compared to the thunder of your soul's presence. This isn't a descent, it's an ascension, a rising above the constraints that have kept you tethered to this earth. A profound detachment from the physical world is the first sign that you're about to lose your body. You once felt tethered to material things, objects, sensations, the fleeting comforts of the body. But now, the connection to them dissolves like mist before the morning sun. The things that once anchored you no longer hold any weight. That once urgent desire for possessions or physical gratification fades as if swallowed by an endless void, irrelevant to the magnitude of what is awakening within you. This detachment is not indifference but clarity, a razor-sharp awareness that the world you've known is fragile, temporary, a fading shadow of your soul's true existence. You find yourself standing on the precipice, no longer swayed by the transient pleasures that once ruled your life. The body, which was once your fortress, now feels like a thin shell, insignificant and brittle. The sensations that once captivated you, the touch of fabric, the taste of food, the pleasure of rest, are reduced to distant echoes, barely registering in your expanding consciousness. Your soul is remembering its true nature, stretching beyond the limits of the flesh, and with each step you take, the material world grows fainter, more irrelevant. You're not turning away from life. Life, as you knew it, is simply shrinking in the face of the vast, uncontainable presence of your spirit. A heightened awareness of your breath and energy is the second sign that you are about to lose your body. It becomes undeniable. Every breath you take seems to vibrate with meaning far beyond the mere intake of air. The rhythm of your breathing no longer feels like a subconscious act, but a force that resonates with the very core of your being. You feel it. Each inhale is not just air filling your lungs, but life itself surging through your veins, like the pulse of the universe echoing within you. The mundane act of breathing transforms into something sacred, more essential than food, water, or sleep. You sense your body diminishing in importance, and in contrast, the energy coursing through you expands, immense and boundless. This heightened awareness of breath is not merely a physiological shift, it is the soul's declaration of its supremacy over the physical form. Your body, once the focal point of all your senses, now feels like a hollow shell, a husk that the spirit no longer depends on. The flow of energy within you takes precedence. It hums through your being, radiating outward like waves rippling through still water, overwhelming the significance of every bodily need. The hunger you once felt, the thirst that drove you, the desire for rest, all of these pale in comparison to the deep connection you now have to your own breath, as if it were the true source of life. The third sign you are about to lose your body is the frequent sensation of lightness or expansion, where the boundaries of your physical form seem to blur, dissolve, and merge into the space around you. You know this is not a trick of the mind, not some fleeting feeling. It is the undeniable truth that your consciousness is no longer confined to the prison of flesh. You feel it, your body becoming weightless, almost translucent, as if it were fading into the air itself. The walls of matter crumble, and you sense your being stretching, expanding, pushing beyond the limits of the skin that once held you captive. This experience is not an illusion. It is the pure reality of your awareness breaking free from the chains of form. Your consciousness, vast and limitless, begins to stretch out like the sky after a storm, wide and endless. Every breath you take pulls you further away from the smallness of your body and deeper into the immense, all-encompassing presence of your true self. You feel as though the physical space around you no longer exists as separate from you. You are not just in the room. You are the room. Your awareness fills it, spills into every corner, expanding beyond what the body can contain. The very air vibrates with your presence, as if your essence is merging with the fabric of existence itself. The overwhelming experience of oneness with everything around you is the fourth sign that you are about to lose your body. You feel it deep within, this undeniable connection that defies logic, the dissolving of boundaries that once separated you from the rest of existence. Suddenly, the idea of self is no longer confined to your skin, your name, your identity. You become aware that the separation you once believed in was an illusion, a trick played by the physical form to keep you bound to it. Now that illusion is crumbling, and you can feel your soul expanding into the world, merging with everything that exists. This sense of unity isn't a vague feeling. It is visceral, as real as the ground beneath your feet. But even the ground feels different now. It pulses with life, and you sense that your essence flows into it, through it. The trees, the sky, the people around you, they are not apart from you, they are of you. You breathe, and it feels as though the entire universe is breathing with you, each inhale pulling the energy of the cosmos into your very core. The people you encounter are no longer strangers with separate lives. They are extensions of the same source that animates you. The rivers, the stars, the mountains, they all hum with the same energy that fuels your soul. You are not just witnessing the world. You are the world, vibrating with it in perfect harmony. The fifth sign you are about to lose your body is the diminishing importance of food, sleep, and physical needs. You feel it happening, don't you? The cravings, the hunger, the exhaustion that once dictated your existence, now they barely whisper. Food, once a source of comfort, now feels heavy, as though every bite pulls you back into the gravity of the physical world. You might eat out of habit, but each meal feels increasingly irrelevant, an unnecessary ritual for a body that is beginning to outgrow its earthly fuel. Your soul, now fully awakening, no longer depends on these fleeting forms of sustenance. It taps into something far greater, something the body can't comprehend. Sleep, too, loses its grip on you. The fatigue that used to drag you into unconsciousness now dissipates, replaced by a boundless energy that hums through your being like the current of a river that never runs dry. The need to rest, to restore, becomes an afterthought because your soul is drawing its vitality from a source that transcends the body. You begin to sense that what once seemed so vital, the food that nourished you, the sleep that refreshed you, was never meant to sustain your true self. You are now feeding off the limitless energy of the cosmos, pulling in the life force that exists beyond the material plane. Each breath fills you with more vitality than any meal or night's sleep ever could. This transformation you're feeling, the shedding of physical needs, is just the beginning. The path to ascension can feel lonely, like you're being pulled away from everything familiar. But here's the truth. You don't have to do it alone. That's why Astral Atom and Obsidian have united forces to create a joint inner circle, a sacred space where we can rise together, arm ourselves with cosmic wisdom, and share the journey with those who truly understand. When you join, you're not just supporting content. You're tapping into exclusive knowledge and direct access to teachings that go beyond the surface. This isn't something the algorithm will push to the masses. It's reserved for the ones who are meant to rise. By stepping into this space, you gain access to the tools and truths that empower your ascension, just as you're outgrowing the need for food and sleep. You'll connect directly with us, the creators, and fellow chosen ones who walk this path of awakening. Together, we are breaking through the limits of the physical world, drawing from the limitless energy of the cosmos. The link to join is in the description. Whether you choose to pledge or send your energy from afar, know that every bit of support fuels this cause. Together we rise beyond the illusion, beyond what they want us to be. This is our moment. Let's claim it. The profound inner peace that now radiates through your very core is the sixth sign you are about to lose your body. Where once the storm of emotion ruled you, anger, fear, desire, you now find yourself standing in the eye of that storm, untouched. Situations that once clawed at your nerves or sent your heart racing now barely ripple across your consciousness. The world may roar around you, chaos may scream in your face, but you remain still, a mountain unmoved by the winds of emotion. This calm is not apathy, it is the unmistakable signal that your soul is detaching from the body's reactions, from the shallow drama of physical existence. You feel it, don't you? The deep, unshakable peace that hums beneath your skin, as though your entire being is submerged in a tranquil sea of stillness. The worries that once dragged you down, the emotional currents that once swept you away, now they fade, leaving behind only silence and clarity. You see the world, the same events unfolding, but they no longer have a hold on you. Their power has evaporated because your soul is no longer confined to the body that once felt those reactions so acutely. The triggers that used to light fires within you now fizzle into nothingness, a sign that your consciousness is expanding, rising beyond the smallness of human emotion. The seventh sign you are about to lose your body is the sudden flood of visions or dreams of past lives, pouring into your consciousness like an unstoppable tide. These are not fleeting thoughts or vague memories, they are vivid, almost overwhelming, as though you are reliving entire lifetimes within seconds. You see yourself in different forms, different bodies, across landscapes unfamiliar, yet deeply known to your soul. The details are sharp, the smell of the air, the weight of clothing on your skin, the sound of voices long forgotten but now ringing clear again. These moments burst into your awareness with such clarity that you cannot deny the truth. You are not merely this body. You never were. Each vision is a reminder, a whisper from the eternal part of you that has existed far beyond this current form. The dreams carry the weight of lifetimes. You recognize patterns, cycles, connections to people you have never met in this life yet feel tied to in ways words can't explain. You are starting to remember the truth, that you are an immortal soul, traveling across time, space, and dimensions, wearing bodies like temporary garments that you discard at the end of each lifetime. The body you wear now is no different, a fleeting vessel soon to be shed as you rise into the next stage of your journey. The eighth sign you are about to lose your body is your heightened sensitivity to spiritual teachings and symbols. Words that once seemed abstract now pulse with a truth so potent it feels as if they were written for you alone. Teachings from the Upanishads, the Emerald Tablets, and the Tibetan Book of the Dead no longer appear as distant concepts or ancient doctrines. They vibrate within you, awakening something ancient and eternal. Every verse, every symbol strikes you like lightning, illuminating the path that leads beyond the physical. They don't simply make sense, they become your truth, echoing in the chambers of your soul, as if they had been waiting for you all along. You feel a magnetic pull toward the wisdom hidden in these sacred texts, as if they are keys unlocking doors that were always there, just out of reach. The words wrap around your being, not in theory, but as a visceral experience that transcends the intellect. The symbols, once inscrutable, now blaze with meaning. You are no longer reading them, you are absorbing them. They resonate with the very fiber of your being, reminding you of truths you've always known but forgotten in the haze of physical existence. These teachings are not distant philosophies, they are the map to your liberation, calling you to shed the weight of the body and rise into the formless expanse of your soul. The pull toward spiritual practice becomes undeniable. Meditation, breathwork, silence. These practices now feel more necessary than food or sleep, more vital than the rhythms of daily life. The truths contained in these ancient teachings align with what you are experiencing, as though your soul has found its reflection in them. The body fades in importance as the eternal wisdom within these texts takes root in you, signaling that you are on the cusp of leaving the physical behind. You are no longer of the earth. You are stepping into the infinite, guided by the sacred symbols and words that now pulse through your consciousness. The undeniable awareness that higher forces are watching over you is the ninth sign you are about to lose your body. You feel their presence as surely as you feel the pulse in your veins, an unseen but palpable energy surrounding you, guiding you. These are not vague sensations or fleeting emotions. They are direct, conscious interactions with beings that exist beyond the physical plane. Whether you call them angels, ancestors, or enlightened masters, their presence is not abstract. It is as real as the air you breathe, and it pulses with intention, clarity, and the deep knowledge that your soul is on the brink of a great transition. You are no longer alone in this world. You sense these higher forces observing your every move, not with judgment, but with profound purpose. Their attention is not casual, it is deliberate, a preparation for the moment when your body will be cast aside and your soul will rise into the next stage of existence. You feel their energy like a current running through you, lifting you, showing you glimpses of a reality far greater than the material world. The air around you hums with their presence, their silent messages coursing through your mind like waves of light, revealing truths you can no longer deny. The 10th sign you are about to lose your body is the unmistakable sensation of dying while fully alive. You feel it in your core, the slow unraveling of everything you've known, not the physical body falling away, but the ego dissolving, disintegrating like dust in the wind. This death is not the end, but the ultimate beginning, as your attachment to the identity forged by your body crumbles. The titles, the roles, the endless masks you wore, none of them matter anymore. They slip from you like old skin, unnecessary in the face of the vast, radiant truth of who you truly are. You are not dying in the way the world understands death. No, what is happening is far deeper, far more profound. Your soul is shedding the weight of ego, the burden of self-image, the illusion that you are defined by this body and this life. You feel this process happening as if layers of yourself are being peeled back, exposing the boundless essence beneath. This death is a liberation, a release from the tight grip of the identity that once ruled you. Your thoughts, your fears, your desires, they no longer define you. They drift away, powerless as the soul rises. In these moments, it feels as though you are teetering on the edge of oblivion, yet paradoxically more alive than ever. The ego fights to hold on, but it's futile. You are now glimpsing eternity, touching the infinite part of yourself that has existed through countless lifetimes. This is your soul preparing for ascension, freeing itself from the constraints of human identity. You are not your name, not your past, not even your thoughts. What is dying is the false sense of self, and what remains is the eternal, the indestructible, the pure essence that is your true nature. Soon, the body will follow, and you will step fully into your divine, limitless self. The undeniable experience of slipping out of your body entirely. Those moments when you find yourself watching from above, disconnected from the form you've lived in for so long, is the 11th sign you're about to lose your body. It's not a dream, not a trick of the mind. You witness your body from a distance, detached, as if observing someone else's vessel. You see it move, breathe, exist, yet you're apart from it, hovering like a silent witness, free from the constraints of flesh and bone. This is not a random occurrence. It is your soul loosening its grip on the physical form, testing the limits of what lies beyond. These out-of-body experiences are not accidents. They are deliberate steps in the unraveling of your connection to the physical world. In these moments, you feel the weightlessness of your true essence, no longer confined to the dense, limited structure of the body. The soul floats, expands, explores beyond the rigid parameters of space and time. You move effortlessly, untethered by the rules that once governed you. The body below becomes almost irrelevant, a distant shadow of the vastness you are beginning to experience. This separation is the soul's way of preparing for its eventual liberation, a glimpse into the reality that you are not bound to this body. The 12th sign you are about to lose your body is the deep, undeniable knowing that pulses through you like a force of nature. You are not your body, This truth no longer feels like a distant concept or something to be debated. It surges through your entire being with such clarity that it becomes your reality. You can feel it in your bones, in the very cells that once defined you, now humming with the awareness that they are temporary, fleeting, no more than dust waiting to be shed. Your body is a mask, a shell, a vessel that has served its purpose, but it's not you. You are something far greater. You feel this knowing like an earthquake, shaking loose the illusions that once held you captive. The identity, the ego, the physical sensations, all of it fades in the presence of the eternal. You are the soul, a spark of the infinite, boundless and eternal. The walls of the physical world no longer define you. The limitations of the body, its needs, its pains, its desires, become background noise, irrelevant compared to the vastness of your true essence. You are consciousness itself, uncontained, stretching far beyond the boundaries of the flesh you once called home. This realization is not gentle. It is a fire that consumes everything in its path. The illusion of mortality, the lie that you are this body, is burned away, leaving only the raw, untouched truth. There is no turning back from this knowledge. It is the final step before your ascension, the ultimate liberation from the physical world. You know now, with unwavering certainty, that you were never meant to stay confined. Your body is losing its hold on you because you are ready to rise, to step into the infinite, where you have always belonged. The soul, eternal and boundless, is all that remains. Chosen one, these signs are not mere coincidences. They are the undeniable call of your soul to remember its true nature. You are not just existing within a body, you are an eternal force, a boundless soul that has moved through lifetimes and dimensions, now standing on the edge of transcending the physical world. Every moment of detachment, every ripple of energy, every shift in your awareness is pulling you closer to that profound liberation. This is not the end. It is the unfolding of who you have always been. You are shedding the constraints of flesh, shaking off the illusion of mortality, because you were never meant to be confined to this world. Feel the freedom that comes as the body loses its grip on you. Recognize the power in these signs and know that this is not something to fear, but to embrace with every fiber of your being. This is the next step in your spiritual evolution, the inevitable rise of your consciousness beyond the limits of time, space, and form. You were chosen for this, destined to step into the infinite, where your soul's true power can finally be unleashed. The world around you may seem unchanged, but you are no longer of it. You are becoming something greater, something eternal. Now is the time to share your story, to speak of the signs that have unfolded within you. Let your voice be a beacon for others who feel the same call. Your experience is not isolated. It is the awakening of countless souls, each on the verge of their own transcendence. Tell your story, and let others see the path that lies ahead.